Hello, ladies. Welcome back to my YouTube channel with me, Morgan Tracy J. And I'm coming today here at the office just to kind of give you some encouragement. Today's message is the final push, okay? And the reason I'm saying that is this is a word the Lord gave me as we are coming up to the last 24, 25 days of the Glow Up series. The Glow Up series ends August 1st, okay? And so when I was trying to prepare for this last month, God, what are you saying for us? He said, it's the final push. And I think that is honestly for a lot of us because it's so easy for people to quit pushing early. Because if something isn't working, we just quit pushing. All right. And actually, this man I know, he's a businessman. He told me when we were going through a really hard season in the ministry, he was like, keep pushing on that door. Like, don't ever quit. And he's been in business for so many years. He has a very successful business now. And he's like in his late 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And he told me there were so many seasons he felt like it was not going to work out, but he kept pushing on that door. So that kind of ties into today's words about this is your final push, okay? And it's time for you to push that thing out, okay? If you've been praying for independence, stability, if you've been praying for a new opportunity, a job, just to like sometimes we're praying for stability, not realizing the answered prayer is in the job, okay? Sometimes we're praying for peace, not realizing the answered prayer may be in a separation from a certain person, or it may be a change in lifestyle, right? Sometimes we're praying for weight loss, but sometimes it's really attached to discipline and removing the spirit of laziness, okay? So you have to understand that sometimes God is going to answer your prayer not quite like you think, but he's going to answer that prayer. So I remember I was praying at one time for stability, like, God, I really just want to take the pressure off. Sometimes I'm so worried about paying other people or invoices, and I'm like, I just want to love the ministry you gave me. I just want to write my blogs and speak my messages, right? I would say that. And then when he called me to do teaching, I'm like, why am I doing this, right? When I was in the classroom, I would really wonder, why am I doing this, until I realized he actually answered one of my prayers. He just answered it in a way I didn't expect it. And so I'm saying this to you today. This is your final push, because this summer you've been expecting God to help you with the glow up. You're wanting God to glow you up. And some of you have really received glow ups already. I've heard some of your testimonies, but some of us have not. And we need to do that final push. So I'm going to say this. Some of you are believing God for a final push. You need to do a final push in your weight. Like, hey, God, I want to see a certain number that I haven't seen in years, and I believe we can do it. Some of you are needing God to do a push to give you financial stability. And so you need to start applying to jobs. Maybe your push is going to be updating your resume and applying to different jobs, okay? Some of you push is going to have to say, I'm cutting out the snacks late at night. I'm cutting out the gummies, right? Whatever I'm eating on, that's not healthy. Some of yours is like, my final push is I got to lose the 5 pounds. Some of your final pushes, I got to write the manuscript. Some of your 5 pushes, I got to apply for jobs. Some of your final push is going to be like, I got to go harder. I got to send that email. I've got to do this. Your final push is up to you, sis. But I hear the Lord say, this is your final push. Push. And it's almost like a woman having a baby. They're like, push, one more push, and the baby comes. Like, that's how it is for you. I hear the Lord saying, do this final push. It's how you're like, Morgan, how do I do this final push? You need to focus on one goal, okay? I didn't say focus on 3, 4, 5, but one goal, okay? This is going to be a part of your final push. If you're believing God to hit a certain number on the scale, if you're believing God to allow an increase in your finances, focus on that, girl, because this is what you're going to put your energy towards as you push, okay? So that means once you do that, you need to next have the mindset, only believe, not believe kind of, not, well, I kind of believe, but God did let me down that one time. No. This is your chance to only believe. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Only believe, sis. Only believe. Okay, and then once you do that, this is your time to take action. If you're saying, okay, God, what is my final push? What do I need to push? What action do I need to take? The push is dependent on you. The final is dependent on God. God will allow this to be the final, but you've got to be willing to push. You have to take action. You can't pray for stability or independence and never move, okay? You can't say, God, I really want to be independent, but you have not done anything aligned to independence, okay? Some women message me so many times like, Morgan, pray for my breakthrough in this particular area. And so I said, okay, but then have you applied to the jobs? Have you updated your resume? Have you stepped out? Have you pushed? Have you taken an action to align yourself with that, all right? And that's the thing. That's the final push. It's alignment. It's alignment, all right? All right, some of us are just so afraid. We're afraid to fail. We're afraid to apply ourselves. But I've got to tell you, sis, get past the excuses. Sometimes we tell ourselves every reason why we can't do something. I can lay in bed and say, oh, I can't go work out today. I stayed up so late last night. Oh, I can't work out today. I was up editing last night all night. I have every excuse, but then it's like, but tell me the one reason why you can. Okay, so if you're like, well, Morgan, I really can't do that because of this, tell me the one reason why you can do it. Don't give me the excuse now. This is your final push. Tell yourself why you can do it. Tell yourself why you must do it. So I can't deal with my account being in the negative no more. I can't deal with my phone getting cut off. I can't deal with not having water. I can't deal with this mental battle that it brings me. I gotta push. I gotta do something. Okay. All right. You gotta get out of your own way, girl. A lot of times our struggles are here and in here. We're literally just feeling so afraid and we're feeling so stuck. You have to push past that. No one's gonna come and push you into an opportunity. No one's going to come and push you into a new job. No one's going to come and push you into these things. You have to take the accountability and say, I'm going to go towards it. I'm going to do my own push. I'm going to push myself, and God's going to do what I can't do. Okay? All right? You also want to think about this is your final push for your glow up. There are so many things and so many things around you that you don't know sometimes what to push. Push one thing. Push the thing that you really, really need. If you really want to see a health change, if you really want to see a financial change, it is time to push. And if you're like, Morgan, I don't know what to do, ask God. Even me shooting this right now, I usually do the whole setup, lights, everything. And I was like, God, I feel like I'm running kind of stagnant with my content. And he's like, because you just got to do it. Quit trying to do the setup. Quit trying to pick the right day and schedule. Just do it when I give it. Amen. It's the ideas that God gives you that's going to help you push, girl. Those are your push. Those are the things you do, okay? Just before this, I had some hats left. We have some Jesus hats. And I was like, oh, let me go ahead and send out an email. Then I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I shouldn't do that. And then I'll go ahead and post it here. No, don't do it. I start telling myself every reason not to do it. But daughter of God, this is your push. So when the moment you tell yourself not to do something, you have to remember that this is your final push. So push, push, push. Get up and go work out. Get up and get something to eat. Eat something kind of healthy. Choose your say, hey, I'm not having those snacks. I'm not doing those sweets right now. I'm going to push. Push yourself, daughter of God. I hear the Lord saying, this is the final push. But you have to push, girl. You got to push yourself, okay? I know you're tired. I know you're exhausted. I know you could have every excuse under the sun because I have them too, girl. Trust me. But this is your final push. So push.